message. Okay. I just want to protect my client's information. But I got a legit message. If it's blinding, sorry, because I have the lights on here. But he said, "Hey Tony, my question to you is would it be okay to have a fast food meal every so often?" Okay. Now, what I always like to talk about, there's a difference when people are so focused on diets. Okay, I'm on a diet. I got to get on this diet. And my belief is diets don't work. Okay. When you tell yourself you're going to get on a diet, more than likely you're going to get off the diet. Okay. That's why I like to teach time and numbers. There's a time where you're going to allow your body to rest, restore, recover, rejuvenate. And there's going to be a time where you actually nourish your body, feed your body, give it what it needs. Okay. Okay. Great day to you too. Thank you. Thank you, Eva. And so there's a time that you let your body eat, you give your body a chance to nourish. Um, and then from there you go right back into fasting and resting mode. So when he asked me that question, would it be okay to have a fast food meal every so often? I replied to him and I said, "Here's the cool part. Here's the cool part about that. Yes, number one, yes. Here's the cool part about it. Two things. Number one is that you can have fast food every so often. Yes, you can. Okay, because I'm not telling you, oh, avoid this food. Oh, avoid that food. If you're gonna have a burger, oh, you got to make sure it's just lettuce only, right? And you got to pour like Celtic sea salt, and you can't have fries. And here I'm over here telling a grown man what he can't have and what he can't do and what he can't eat. Most of us are just going to reject and be like, you know what? You ain't shouldn't be telling me what I can and can't eat. Forget all that. Right. So I'm all about freedom. Okay. So check it out. That was the first thing I said, remember in the beginning when the two things I said, here's why. Remember in the beginning when we had our conversation, the two things that I want you to focus on are time and numbers. And so when you're in your eating window, if you're going to have your fast food meal, just remember the numbers that I've given you, right? That I personalized for you if you want to be able to cut the weight, cut the body mass down, and feel better. And so, and then I wrote a couple other things as well on here, but I gave him an example, and I'm gonna share with you guys an example that I gave him, and that is if you're if you're if the total amount of calories that you're supposed to consume on a daily basis, okay? So I want to talk a little bit about basal metabolic rate, which is your BMR, which means if you just sat here and you just looked at me the whole day, you're just like, ugh, okay. If you sat here and you watched me the whole day and I was just talking the whole day, your BMR, let's say if you burned 1,500 calories, that means your body just sitting based on the amount of muscle mass and the amount of body fat that you have, you would burn X amount of calories. Okay, so he's burning about 1,650 calories. Now, if you add a workout to that, which he's doing because I've customized his workout program, he's probably burning anywhere from 700 to an additional 1,000 calories. Okay. So you take the 1,650 calories, let's just say make it even number plus 1,000 calories. Now his TDEE, which is your total daily energy expenditure, that's the total amount of calories you're going to burn within that day because of the workout plus your BMR, your basal metabolic rate, is that he's now burning 2,650 calories. So if his fast food meal is 1,900 calories, he now has 750 calories remaining. Okay. So if that fast food meal is something he's going to eat, and then he has another meal, that's 750 calories. Let's just say if he has 800 calorie meal, okay, and his proteins, fats, and carbohydrates are close to where he's at, you go over 50 calories, that's totally fine. Okay. But if you're going way over and you're doing it over and over and over again, then that's an issue. So from there, it's like, yeah, you can still do that. Just make sure that you're following your time and your numbers. That way you have more freedom on what you're going to consume and you know exactly how many amount of calories, proteins, fats, and carbohydrates to consume. So what I'm doing is I'm not telling him what he can and can't eat. What I'm saying is that follow the numbers and make sure that you follow your time frame that you have set up for you. So let's just say right now, if I'm in my eating window, which I'm not, and I go from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., that's 8 hours of an eating window. So within that 8 hours of eating window, I'm going to get in X amount of calories, proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. Then I'll have my vitamins, minerals, and fibers. Okay. But if I'm just snacking throughout the whole day and I'm just not even paying any attention to it, and my insulin spikes are going up and down, up and down, up and down, and I have no recollection of it, then what happens over the course of time is that that stuff flows into my body mass, love handles, stomach, all that stuff. And so now I become more overweight. But a lot of the weight is coming in with more body PHAT. All right. Got to say it a certain way so I don't get flagged by TikTok. Stupid. Anyway, so if that helped you guys, just let me know if I was able to explain that in a nice, clear way. Let me know. Just type it in one real fast. And for those of you who are on YouTube, Facebook, etc., welcome. Thank you for jumping in. I appreciate it. Come in with some questions because I got answers for you. Okay. And I will give you some examples, right? Some real life examples from people that I speak with. And I do have a topic that I want to talk about here. So somebody asked a question and it says, hello, I'm taking 1,000 steps. You're walking 1,000 steps a day, protein in the morning. I need to lose 20 pounds ASAP. I drink water. Okay. I think there's more. It's all about me. Tell me your first name, and then I don't know if you're able to jump on and just kind of do like a voice. I'll send you an invite, right? Oh yeah, I can't. If you want to request to ask me the question verbally, I'm on here so I can answer that as well. I know it is crazy what people can show on here. It's weird. You can show cleavage, but if I talk about old body something, they're like, huh, easy there, Tony. You're gonna get flagged. Ah, shut up. So I'm gonna just take this microphone and put it over here because I don't want to click it on my chain gang. Um, so the thing is this too is that it's all about me. If you can you tell me your first name, please, just so I can address you properly. I can't put it there. I think there's gonna be static. All right, all right. Let's talk about this real quick. By the way, I do have an ebook that you guys can download. If you guys get it from my profile as well. All right. So what else? It's all about me. We're waiting on you. Thank you. You remind me of Mr. T with that chain on. Good. I'm glad about that. So I'm gonna take a guess. But there's a key word in what you said, and I want other people to listen as well when I say this. And I want to be, oh, so how do you get it? Here, I'll show you real fast. You can go to TikTok. Okay. You go to this thing right here. It's spelled Profile, because if I say click the bling and go there, TikTok will start tripping on that too. All right. So that's why I'm like, hey, y'all go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. Coaching by Drake is my name on there. So you go there and there's a link. It says coachingbydrake.io. You'll just tap on that. When you tap on that, you'll see the second option from the top. Tap on that. And then from there, you can get the book. And then that's it. And it's free. And I'm teaching people how to lose their first 5 pounds on me. Okay. And if you keep reading it and applying it, then you can keep on going. But it has a lot of good instruction there. It's a very quick book to read. Because a lot of people don't have time to read. Some people can't read, but you go in there and you just tap on that and then you apply it. And I'm telling you, people are like, dude, 5 pounds came off like that. Okay. But here's the thing. A word that I saw, of course, something that triggered me. What's going on? Hey, DYL, what up? What up? What up? No. What up? Thank you for the love. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. There's a word in here is from it's all about me. What I saw that kind of caught my attention, what you said is that I need to lose 20 pounds ASAP. Okay. You're not the only one that says that or thinks that. Okay. There's a lot of us that are like, I'm trying to go ahead and lose 20 pounds like by this weekend, right? It's Wednesday. You ain't gonna lose 20 pounds by this weekend. You might not even lose 20 pounds in a week. You probably won't lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks. But the reason why I say that, and I want to caution you on that, because what people will do is they'll take a shortcut, they'll use a quick fix, and it ends up in a long-term disaster. They bounce back, they say nothing works for them, they get all depressed and sad, and then they see other people winning and they go, oh, must be nice for you. No, it's just that we choose progress over excuses, and now we're choosing longevity over quick fixes, and that's how we get from where we are to where we want it to be. Okay. So you have to be very, very careful. Yeah. 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 Thank you. And if you have questions, you know what I'm saying? Here, let me send you an invite if you do have questions, because I want people to hear the voice from other people, man. Like I want people to hear that. Okay. So I just sent you an invite right now. But yeah, it's all about progress. Okay. And appreciate the progress, appreciate the process that you have and that you're going through because you learn so much more than trying to say, I got to lose 20 pounds ASAP. My initial question would be, why do you need to lose 20 pounds ASAP? Why do you need to lose 100 pounds ASAP? Why do you have to lose 50 pounds ASAP? Why do you want to do this? Okay, gotcha. It's all good. Um, why do you want to lose X amount of weight as soon as possible? Okay. That's why I'm all about let's focus on staying ready instead of trying to get ready and do this stuff very, very quickly. Because what happens is we tend to bounce back. Okay. Why do I say that with confidence? Because I've done it for nearly 20 years of trying the weight loss pill, the Slim Fast. If Slim Fast didn't work, then I'm going to Ultra Slim Fast. Okay. And now I'm going through all this stuff where it's just like, but I just got to lose this. And then now I'm taking ephedrine, caffeine, aspirin. Okay. And when I'm doing that, then all of a sudden my body temperature goes up. And then it's just like, whoo, I'm starting to lose a little bit of weight. But then it only lasts for 2 weeks. And then I get headaches. And then I get off of that. And then the weight comes back on. And then I go to something else. And then I'm trying something else all because all because I need to lose this weight ASAP. But what I'm teaching people to do is say, look, why don't you just say this? You know what? My goal is to lose X amount of pounds. Like I'm talking about one of my clients here, and he did give me permission to talk about it as well. He's like, you know what? I'm 64 years old. I want to be able to get rid of this midsection. I'm working out. My upper body's cool, lower body is cool, but this midsection, man, has got to go. And I've been struggling with this. That is my goal. I was like, bet. Okay. Now we're having this conversation. And can you target and can you spot reduce and all that? No, not necessarily. However, when he's talking about the midsection, right? But now he's saying, okay, I need to just get rid of it. He's not saying I need to get rid of it in 5 days. I need to get rid of it in 20 minutes. I need to get rid of it ASAP. He's just like, I just want to get rid of it. And I'm like, bet I will make sure to get you from where you are to where you want to be with that midsection. Now, he's been with me for about a month and a half. He started with me at 180 pounds, 64 years young. He's now at 168 within the last 5 weeks. But here's the cool part. So he's down 12 pounds. But not only that, his body fat percentage already dropped 3%. So when he started in the beginning, his body fat was 28.9, I think 29%. Is now at 25.4. I'm just showing stats because stats don't lie. Okay. His body fat stats are now at 25.4. I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. Body fat stats is 25.4. Muscle mass has gone up, which means he's now putting on more muscle, which helps burn more body fat. Okay. And his metabolic age. I think I said that last time. I said next time I'm gonna talk about metabolic age, which is the scariest thing, but I don't really have a lot of people on here right now because TikTok is tripping. So I rather talk about that to a big audience where people are like, holy scriptures, like I need to jump on this. Um, yeah, yeah, I'm glad. Good. And how did it change your life? Um, just give a little insight on that. The comment that I just read right now from ADOAL says Tony, your advice about calories that they are not equal changed my life. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. And I mentioned that before because people will go, huh, calories in, calories out. I'm like, oh, that's cute. Yeah, calories in versus calories out. Let me just go ahead and have 9 Snicker bars and just be like, hey, it's still 2,000 calories, right? Yeah, I should be good, right? It's 2,000 calories, like the general population says. Calories in, calories out. Right. Perfect. Yeah. And look at you looking lumpy. Perfect. I'm going to listen to you. Yeah, makes total sense. And I'm like, nah, let's go into it a little bit deeper. Thank you. I just got another person in the fan club. Hey, who is that? Who is that? Nicole Richardson, 500. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Welcome to the fan club. Yeah, that. Let me give you a little chest bump jump for that. There we go. There we go. Yup. Look at that. Look at that. Yep. Thank you. I appreciate you. Unruly Toolie One said whole foods, fruit, Greek yogurt, honey, agave nectar. Cool. Got to include more protein in there though, and you got to have some good fats. Okay. So he's dropped 12 pounds. The cool part is that he's dropped 3 6.5% body fat. And I'll just show the text just a little bit, but of course I want to be respectful. I don't want to show his name. Okay. But I'm just showing you that there's text. He started with me April 1st. This was on May 14th. So this is 6 weeks in. He said, "Hello, Tony. Just want to let you know that I have dropped almost 2 pant sizes. I can fit into pants that I haven't worn for a good while." And he sent me other stuff as well. But uh the thing is this. He's like, "I'm able to fit in." Oh, okay. I'm sorry. What's up, brother? My bad. Well, change your name, dude. um, yeah. So, shoot. Well, while you on here, might as well show you too. But the thing is this: is that he's dropped 2 pant sizes. He wasn't like, "I need to drop 2 pant sizes ASAP." He's just like, "Coach, go ahead and put together the plan for me, and I'm gonna go ahead and work on this." And he's like, "I dropped 2 pant sizes down. I'm down 3.5% body fat. I've already lost 12 and a half pounds. Cool, great." But now what's happening is that he knows what to do now. So let's just say once he's done, with my program, and he's like, "All right, I know what to do." And then let's say a year goes by and he puts on 10 pounds. He's going to be like, "I remember what I did when I was with Coach Tony. Let me just go right back into that." Why? Because it works. If it's working for him now, a year from now, if he puts on 10, 12, 15 pounds, ain't nothing changed. He just knows what to do because his body is telling him, "Hey, you follow this, the results are going to be this." Now, all of a sudden, "Oh, what's the best creatine powder to take, Tony?" No, it's like, do what you did if the results are showing. Okay. If you're getting those results, perfect. You don't need to keep switching it up. And I think that's where a lot of people get what's called analysis paralysis. The brain is just shut down. This person over here said this, and that person over there said that. This person looks like a lump of hot potatoes, and they're telling me to go keto and take the pen. Why would you listen to them? Well, I don't know. They said they lost 20 pounds in 9 years. Oh, okay. But now they're doing this, and all of a sudden they're just, yeah. So it's things like that. So what I do is I just come here and I just tell it like it is. I don't care. Um, but speaking of which, now that I have Unruly Tuli on here, now that I know who it is, you got to let me know if you know what? Matter of fact, forget that. I don't need to do that. Why not just have a conversation? How about that? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I just invited you right now, and if you're able to get on, then cool. Because this is my client Sean, who has literally made a complete lifestyle change. And of course, I'm going to ask permission if I could show the before and after, because when I've showed you before and after just locally, there was and I want people to hear on this as well because I think it'll really benefit you. Is that people literally people are like, "Man, like how did you get the way you are?" And I just tell them same thing: work out, fasted, make sure I get good sleep, hydration, nutrition, repeat. For real. Well, this person over here said that you shouldn't be working out till failure. And this person over here, and I'm just like, "Look, I'm standing right in front of you. I'm telling you what I do." And then I'm like, "Matter of fact, let me show you one of my clients and let me show you what he's done based on what we've went through." And I showed him the results and he was like, "Well, god dang." He's like, "I'm gonna start listening to you from now on." I was like, "Cool." Why? Because results don't lie. The body stats won't lie. The photos that you look at yourself in won't lie unless you're these new girls now who are putting filters all over your face and your nose is as wide as a bell pepper, but all of a sudden it's thin as a pencil. Y'all got to stop that, by the way. But I'm right there in living color showing him a before and after, not only of my client, but then he sees me right there in the flesh. And then I show him a picture of myself of how I used to look. And he's like, "Shoot, I'm going to listen to you," because results don't lie. People will lie to you all day. And that's one of the biggest problems that I have now when I see all this stuff on social media. More importantly, that I have a 7-year-old daughter and people are literally making their face look slimmer, making their nose look thin, making their butt look gigantic, making their waist look slimmer, and they trying to look like Playboy, but when you see them in person, they look like one of my homeboys. And I'm like, look, you are lying to not only yourself, but you're lying to people like my daughter in the future who's going to be like, wow, she's beautiful. And then when they see him in person, they're like, whoa, you don't look like that person in the picture. What happened? Okay. So just stop. Let's just be real. All right. Anyway, I went on a tangent here. Sean, hurry up. Can we talk about it or what? I'm really to it. He said, it's your boy Sean Reed. I'm down 100 pounds. Yeah, that he sure is. But god dang, dude, I want to be able to show the pictures, your transformation. People want to see it. Anyway, when I do my live presentations, when I'm doing them in person, he will be on my poster. He will be on the billboard. He will be on the big screen because I'm having men and women from all over the world who I've coached successfully represent greatness and make an impact to other people. All right, Nicole Richardson, 500, said, hi, what's up, Nicole Richardson? You got a question? Come on in. Come on in. People want to hear your voice. People, gosh, dang, Sean, like text me, WhatsApp, something, please, so I can show you off real fast. And anybody else on the other chats? If not, I have another story to share, and I got about 10 to 12 minutes, and I think that'll help. Now, I get it. I'm in San Diego at 7:52 a.m. People are either getting their kids ready for school, getting ready for work, or both. People are driving and listening, so a lot of interaction at this time. I get it. I can't do it in the afternoons because that's family time for me, and I put family first, and I put all my electronics away. Okay. But of course, if I had the opportunity to go live in the evening, I would. Matter of fact, in third week of June, I will be going live both morning and evening. So you'll get a double dose of this big old gigantic head from this dude from Southeast San Diego representing, and I'm gonna be helping more people. Okay. All right. Let's go. If not, if you're not able to get on here, at least just put a comment and just be like, oh, I'm hiding in the break room and I can't talk right now. I get that. It's fine. I totally get that. But other than that, I could read you guys another story real fast that I got, and she gave me permission. The thing is this is like when I come on here and I go live, the reason why I like to talk about these things because people just need to hear the truth, man. Straight up, it is what it is. And I just want to make sure that I'm that voice to get in your head. And when we're done, you're like, yeah, I think I'm going to cancel my doctor's appointment today because they were telling me to get the shot. All right. Now, if you guys want to hear the next part of the story, cool. You can type in a one. If you can't do that right now, then I don't want to waste time. And I also want to make sure that I'm speaking to an audience um, to where there's interaction. Okay. And it has to do, and I'll just say it, I don't care. It has to do with Ozempic. Follow me on YouTube. Okay. YouTube is Coaching by Drake. All right. It's all one word because over there, I could say what I want to. I could say it on Facebook. I could say it on YouTube. But over here, it's tripping. Okay. I'll give you the high level summary and then I'll talk about it again later. Anyway, what's happening is this person wanted to they were on Ozempic. Okay. Now my viewers are really going to go down, but they wanted to get on Ozempic or they were on Ozempic. And so the payment was $30 a month. Okay. Big pharma. $30 a month. Woo, cool. I'm going to do it. But it wasn't working. Okay. Now it will work for some. And if you apply nutrition, exercise, hydration, good sleep, then it will work. Right? Cool. But if you apply nutrition, activity, sleep, hydration, fasting, that will also work too. And you don't have to take that. But because we're being sold to by the ads that we see, whether it's on social media, whether it's on TV, whether it's during the commercials, during Family Feud, we're going to see that over and over and over and think this is the route. Then when we're not feeling good, we go over to that person in the white cape and they go, well, have you ever tried this? And they try to say it all innocently. Have you tried this? I wish you guys can see this here. Matter of fact, I'm going to get my phone. I'm going to take a picture of this because once again, thank you, TikTok, for putting a live restricted for some audience. Your live contains themes that some may find uncomfortable and has been restricted. Reason why? Body exposure and sexualized behaviors. Am I exposing my body or saying anything sexual on here? By any chance? Have I showed my cleavage? No, I don't think so, TikTok. That's what I'm saying. So when I speak the truth, this is where TikTok starts to trip. Anyway, that's why I say, you guys, please just follow me on YouTube. YouTube would be so much easier. Okay. What I want to do is get all of my TikTok followers, all 448,000 of you guys, and bring you over to YouTube world. Okay. Because I can speak more. Okay. And I have my school, my community school, where that's like no limit. I could say words like fart and not get restricted. I can breathe over there. Hello, Michelle. Suede Swade said, boy, but they show girls' butts out and twerking all day. Exactly. You guys seen that nurse who was going live and violating HIPAA? And she had a patient right there and she was going live and she had 600 people watching and they were telling her, you can't do this on live, but TikTok wasn't tripping on her. But she did get fired. That was pretty funny. I watched that with my wife the other night. That was pretty funny. You shouldn't be doing stuff like that. Stupid. Not you guys. You're all on stupid. You guys are cool. But I'm just saying, you can't violate HIPAA and then expect to go live and tell people to calm down when they're trying to help you. Let me get back. So when it comes to the Ozempic, I'm gonna just say it. Don't care. She was getting charged $30. $30 a month. Okay. Cool. But if you just apply the simplistic approach of nutrition, fasting, activity, hydration, and sleep, you can get some results as well. That's what I teach my clients. That's what I have them do. That's why people are dropping weight and body fat. So really wasn't working as too much. I know exactly. Wasn't working as much. But all of a sudden, she goes back in. The doctor is sweet talking. Well, maybe you should just try this for a little while. Okay. And I got the text, I got the notes, but I said I'll keep the name anonymous. Okay, well, I don't want to do it, but I'll give it a shot, right? And of course, doctor over there is saying, "Hey, go ahead and take this. Just you'll be okay." They over here like, "Dude, I got another $1,000. Bing, let me get 15 patients in here today, so I can make 15 grand today. Bing, and let me just encourage them to take a little bitty dose, and they'll be okay." 1 year goes by, and they're getting paid over and over and over and over and over again, and it's just like, look, you got to stop. So she just went in recently, got this message last night, just went in and I got the proof. Is that what it's called? What do millennials say now? Spill the tea. Is that what you people say? I'm getting it because I want to be able to make sure that I'm stating a fact and I'm not just talking out of my cheeks. Okay. Wait, they're gallbladder tanks. I know exactly. I basically lost 50 pounds. I've been following Tony. Yeah. Oh man, let me just say this out loud for those over there on and YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. I'm gonna read you guys something right now from ADYL on TikTok. This right here makes me love what I do. Okay. ADYL said, I basically, you got to smarten me up real quick. For those who are out there who are not in the US, 50 kilograms equals to how many pounds? If somebody could tell me real fast. Anyway, I basically lost 50 kilograms. I've been following Tony for 3 to 4 years now. He saved my life. That's why I love doing what I do. That's why I want to speak on live. That's why I desire and have this passion to go speak in person. Imagine if I can save 100,000 lives before my life is over. That's my mission. That's my goal. That's my purpose. That is my statement. And I live by it. When I have Big Pharma coming in and they're tanking my viewers because I want to go save lives, I say this to them. And I'm just telling you, not you guys, but I say that to them because they're blocking me from my mission and my purpose in life because all they're about is just making money. But when I get a comment like that and it says, I basically lost 50 kilograms, I've been following Tony for 3 to 4 years, he saved my life. That means the world to me, even though it's not about me. It's not about me. It's about them. It's about all of you who are saying that. And if I can help save your life, perfect. 50 kilograms is 110 pounds. Saving lives. That's a mission. That's the mission that I'm on right now. Okay. So thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that. And I love it. I love it. It says go celebrate the milestone with them. How do you do that? I just pushed a button. Sorry. 110 pounds that is removed. Okay. And the cool thing about it is that it's not just about the number on the scale. When I get a message that says you saved my life, man, That is rewarding. And that's what I love. And that's why I love doing what I do. Okay. So thank you for sharing that. I greatly appreciate that. Man, I wish we can talk here live. But I get it. You're with your kids. Um, so whew, okay, that caught me off guard there, but that's why I love doing what I do. It's a lot of text. Okay, it's a lot of text. But they pretty much said in a nutshell, the reason why I felt anxious because of the beginning. Okay, let me scroll up a little bit. Um, it says, Tony, I have an issue. So the name of the company, can't say that, the hospital area, was charging me 30 bucks for Ozempic. Last week when I came in to get it, they said the rules have changed and it would be now almost $700. I was devastated. The person behind the counter starts with the letter P. Okay. It rhymes with Karma's List. Okay. The Karma's List called me and said that he was mistaken. I was grandfathered in, even though the guidelines have changed. I was relieved and planned to taper off by November. I went to go get it today, and the same pharmacist said, I'm so sorry, but I was wrong. It will be close to $700. Hmm. Now I'm thinking about the worst case scenario. I'm praying that I will be able to control the effects. Okay. And it goes on. I've been on it for almost a year and a half. 3 milligrams. I've lost a total of 20 pounds or less while I've been on it. Okay. So I hope that just resonates with you all. Okay. This is a true story. I'm not making this up. I didn't go on Chat GPT or anything of that nature. That is a true story. What they're doing is they're taking advantage of people who are desperate. And all of a sudden they're just like, sorry, got to go up. Then people go, oh my gosh, what do I do? I can't pay for that. And then what happens? The weight comes back on. If it's not coming back on normal, like if you lost 20 pounds and you gained 20 pounds, people are now gaining 40, 50, 60, 100 pounds. And now they're anxious. Now they're depressed. Now they're stressed out because they say, now what do I do? What is the next quick fix? No, don't rely on a quick fix. So the conversation that we had a little bit, you know, it was other things. Well, what about shakes? What about this weight loss thing? What about that weight loss thing? What about this over here? And I just told the truth. You're overthinking it. Okay. You are overthinking all of this. And a lot of people who are going through this right now, I see your comment over here. Yeah. Ebony said 110 pounds is a whole teenager. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. That's great. You're getting a DYO, you're getting shout outs over here too on YouTube and Facebook. You lost a whole teenager. A DYL reply that says, yeah, heart problems, high blood pressure, insulin resistance. I would be dead right now if it wasn't for Tony. Dang, thank you. I cheese for that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that very much. You know I do. So what I'm talking here on on TikTok Live and of course across the different social media platforms is that there's two different cases that I just mentioned to you guys right now. One who's listened to what I said, applied it, and has lost 110 pounds. Somebody is now taking Ozempic. They're getting upcharged now, been taking it for a little over a year, and they lost 20 pounds, and now they don't know what to do. Which side do you want to be on when you want to change your life? That's why I'm so anti quick fixes. I'm so anti all these things because our body is not meant to take that stuff. Our body is not meant to say, hey, all of a sudden, this new thing that's coming out, I'm just going to plop it in because this person over here who went to school for 8 years told me to do it because that's all they practice. Yeah, there's good things about them, but that's what they're practicing. They need to make money. I'm the guinea pig. So, of course, they're going to use me and they're getting paid. And there's a million more me's out there who are in the same line of desperation. And I need the quick fix, AKA, I need to lose 20 pounds ASAP, AKA, this microwave button results that I need right now, AKA, nothing works for me. So I just give up. So I'm just going to do this. You're giving up on yourself and you have not tried everything. Number one, you won't lose 20 pounds in 10 minutes or a day. Number two, you have to appreciate the process and the progress to get you from where you are to where you want to be, and it is going to take time. So I don't have a white cape, but what I've done is I speak about from my experience losing 130 pounds, dropping 32% body fat, and it took time and I failed over and over and over and over again. Quick fix fail, weight loss pills, quick fix fail, fat loss pills, quick fix fail, ephedrine, caffeine, aspirin, uh, quick fix fails, bulimia, quick fix fails, 900 calorie diet. I've done all those things and I failed and I've learned from those mistakes. And I said, I'll never do it again. I just have to literally get up every day, appreciate the process, know that it's going to take time and make a lifestyle change and stay ready instead of trying to hurry up and get ready only to have a big old setback and then just feel all sad and anxious and depressed. We're not meant to be on this earth to go through that. Okay? We're not. So if you're looking to get your stomach flat yesterday, too bad. Look forward to today, tomorrow, the next day, and just work on it on a daily basis. I don't know how many I don't get like all religious and preachy, but we all thank you for taking my joke. Um Somehow, some way the Bible has crossed our life. Okay. It has crossed our eyes. A lot of us read it, a lot of us read through it, a lot of us look at the surfacey part, but I think a lot of us can remember that our body is our temple. Maybe our body is our temple. And how do we want to treat our temple? Just put a whole bunch of pharmaceutical medicines in there? Oh, yeah, perfect. Yeah. For those who believe in Jesus, Jesus will love that and he'd be like, oh, yeah, there you go. Just take that pen and bam, right in there, player. Woo. Yeah. George Strait, 61. Hey, Tony. What's happening? Okay. So our body is our temple. So we're just going to trash it. We get one body. One. Somebody said Bible, gym, and grind with vitamins. Yep. Tony mentioned how to lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks, but it only works once. Yeah, I like that. Yep. People just need to focus on being consistent. And also don't focus on trying to be perfect. Don't try to focus on the whole impact of like, I gotta get this now. Like, I'm going all in 100. Yeah, let's go. No, you ain't. You've tried that every January 1st and failed. Okay, so stop that. Now I got a puzzle piece. Um yeah. George Strait. Hey, hey. So I just wanted to talk about that real fast. And I really, the thing is this is that I really, really feel bad for not only her who sent me the message who's going through that, but a lot of people who are going through this right now. It's not just one person. These are millions of people going through this. And they're getting sold to, lied to, getting taken advantage of, and they end up in a worse situation. Majority of them do. Okay. So I just want to be able to say, look, let's just go back to a simplistic approach. Let's go back to getting good sleep. Let's go back to fasting. Let's go back to eating our good foods or being nourished. How about working out? Remember the only thing back in the day for the women when they was just like, well, I don't want to look like a man. You still won't. Okay. But that was kind of like the thing. Now it's like, I want to do this. I want to have that. I want to look like this. I want to look like this filter pick, even though I'm not even close to it. And I need it by 5 o'clock today. No, it's not going to work. Okay. Um, what does it say? I can't see the name. Lambie Get. Heaviest weight 468, current weight 314, but I've been on a stall. I need to break it. Okay. This is Mega Goddess Charlene. Okay. Hi, Mega Goddess Charlene. I don't know why it says George Strait. I don't know why. But let me answer this other question real fast. If you guys have questions on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, send them on over and I'll answer those too. So this thing here says heaviest weight 468, current weight 314, which is great. Congratulations on that. But at a stall, you need to break it. So what did you do to get, my question to you would be, what did you do to get from 468 to 314? That would be my first question to you. And then from there, once you answer that question, then we can go to the next one. And so in the meantime, I want to make sure that I'm addressing everything before I take off. And then from there, I'll talk about a little bit more, and then I'm gonna jump off. But I just want people to know, like, if we could please stop relying on the quick fix, and if we could please follow me on YouTube, that'd be great. Thank you. Coaching by Drake. I had to throw that cheap plug in. But no, in all reality, I'm just saying, and if you do coaching space by space Drake, it won't show me. It's all one word. So you got to put it together like butt cheeks. And then this way you'll see me on there. I don't know. So the coach's wife, how much protein should one eat? Currently 217. Protein is gonna the intake of protein is gonna be different for every single person on this planet. Okay. If you're 217, what you got to do is find out your activity, right? I don't know how many days you're working out. I don't know if you're doing a desk job. I don't know your height. I don't know your age. I don't know nothing, right? So I can't just be like, oh, that's easy. 200 grams of protein. You'd be like, okay. So what I'm encouraging you to do, the coach's wife, is I want you to please, and this is free. I want you to go, since TikTok is going to throttle me anyway, I want you to go click the link on my profile. By the way, for those of you who go on TikTok Live, if you say click the link and go to my profile, you leave TikTok, so they start to mess with you on that too, just so you guys know. Sorry. Sarah High School? No. Wait. Yes, I will see you at the 30-year reunion. Okay. So here's what you're going to do, and I won't say your name. Here's what you're going to do. I want you to go to my profile, click the link on my profile, and then there's a second tab from the top. You're going to tap on that, and then you're going to download the book that I give out for free. When you go to download the book, I think it's on page 1 or page 2 that I put. It says go to TDE, and it's obviously it's an ebook, so it's not a physical, but it's an ebook. And what you're going to do is it's going to say TDEE, like Tony Drake Easy E calculator. You're going to tap on that. Okay, when you tap on that, it's going to pop up a website. You are going to put in your stats. Okay, you're 47 years old, you weigh 217, your height is whatever, and your activity level is whatever. Then you hit enter. Once you do that, what's going to happen is it's going to say, here's how many grams of protein, fats, and carbs and calories you should take. Then you got to swipe up a little bit, and then it's going to say, if you want to maintain this size, here's how many calories, proteins, fats, and carbs you take. If you want to cut, here's how many proteins, fats, and carbs you take. And if you want to bulk, here's how many you take. Why I put that in my book is because I want people to start with that, because I can't give a number for everybody when they come on live, because everybody's numbers are going to be different. Okay. So my protein intake is going to be way different than yours and whoever else is on here. So if you can start with that, then that'll at least give you a starting point to say, okay, now I know how many I should take if I want to bulk, maintain, or cut. And then from there, I think I put some suggestions in there for foods, and then a 14-day workout plan, etc. Okay. So please, high school classmate, go download that book. And I know it's going to help you. And then, of course, send me a message. And you spelled my name wrong. It's Tony. You know me better than that. I'm just kidding. Question over here. Can you have too much protein? Yeah, you can. I drink protein shakes daily. Is that too much? Yeah, because the best protein that you want to get comes from food. You always want to go to the source of food first, because yikes. Hold on 1 second. I'm getting some food. Show you guys a quick difference. All right. Here we go. Let me demonstrate. This one is over here from the YouTube, YouTube, Facebook world. So in my hand, I have a protein shake and I have food. Okay. Now, of course, I've been plant-based or vegan now for 10 years. So this is my choice. Okay. I don't push anybody to do this. This is my choice of food that I eat. Now, if I'm looking at this, it says 32 grams of protein. Most of us who go to the store or look online and we're like, man, I need to have protein. What's the first thing we see on here? Big old bold characters, 32 grams of protein. We're like, I'll buy it. Cool, sweet, awesome. But then a lot of people don't do this. They don't look on the back and go, well, shoot, what else is up in this thing? Okay. So you want to be able to look at the ingredients. I don't have my glasses on, but you want to be able to look. If it's all kind of stuff in there, a lot of sugar, a lot of different chemicals in there, you don't know what you're putting in your body. Look at the food. Okay. If for those who are not plant-based, let's say if you're looking at some chicken breasts and you're like, okay, it has this amount of proteins, fats, and carbs, and it has this ingredients in here. Okay. Now, food, primarily, that's where we should get our source of protein from. Okay. And if you're saying, okay, well, I'm going to take in 100 grams of protein, but now I'm taking in 300 grams of protein, where do you think the rest of that goes? Flows over because your body's like, dog. That's why I customize people's meal plans, because everybody's body is going to be different. And based on the stats they give me, I cater it to them. No cookie cutter stuff. Because if I have somebody who's female who weighs 217 and I'm giving her 300 grams of protein, she might end up getting gout. Okay. We don't want gout. So everybody's protein intake is going to be different. So, yes, to answer your question, you can have too much protein. Okay. And that can cause an effect. You can start feeling a little bit of pain in your foots. You can start feeling a little achy. Your stomach could be bloated a lot because your body's like, dog, we can't break all this down. Sorry, man. We can't. Okay. Now, you also said I drink protein shakes daily. Is that too much? I don't know how many protein shakes you drink on the daily basis, but if you're having like one a day, if it's part of like in your eating window, that's totally fine. But my encouragement would be to rely on the sources of protein from food first. Then, if you're like, hey, you know, let me have a shake here. Okay, cool. If you're traveling and you can't bring your shakes, um, try, you know, just bring a protein powder and mix it like that. And then, of course, rely on food. Okay. So I would encourage you to go that route first and foremost. Ebony, so let me know if that answered your question, please. Thank you. All right. So I got time for one more. And then I'm going to hop off because I got a lot of stuff to do. Actually, thank you. Yes, that makes sense. Okay, perfect. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. And then the coach's wife. Thank you for getting the book. I appreciate that. And then hopefully I'll see you at the 30-year reunion. 30 years. Hey, but you know what though? Let me put a good note to it. Hello there. You got a question? Is it Mega? Dang, I cannot see. I don't have my glasses on. Mega P got us. Hello. Do you have a question as well? Or a statement or a debate? The other thing is this 30-year reunion. Why let that be a milestone for people? You know, hey, my 30-year reunion is in 3 months. I'm trying to look good. 3 months is a good amount of time for you to make a change. You know, no problem at all on that. Right. But not in 5 minutes, not in 2 days. You got to give it time. But if you want to be that person who at first was like homecoming queen, and now it's like you look like you eat at Dairy Queen, you can make some changes. Homecoming king, and all of a sudden you look like Burger King. You can make some changes. Okay. Maybe that's a milestone or an event that can get you going to where you're like, when I show up, people gonna be like, hey, I'm here. Whoa, whoa. And they do this where they're like, hey, you breathing. What's up? What class were you in again? Like, you know what I mean? So let that be a milestone for you guys. All right, question over here. Hi, I have a question. What's good, my bro? This is Ed. What's up, Ed? What's up? You going to the reunion too? I just invited Anastasia V. All right, if you can chime in, that'd be great. Yeah, cool. I'll see you there. All right. Somebody has a question. Let's check it out real fast. You better not be a bot. You got a Anastasia? You have a question?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I have a question.
What up?
So I've been on a deficit for about 7 weeks now,
Okay.
and I've lost about 6 to 7 pounds of fat. And the past 2 weeks, my weight has been kind of staying the same, like fluctuating like 1 to 2 pounds,
Okay.
depending like what I ate that day.
Yeah.
But I don't know like what's going on with my body. Like, is my metabolism like crashing, or do I eat more? Do I need less?
Okay. All right. So I got my marker out. So I have a table where I can write notes on. Okay. So I want everybody else to please listen because this is great. This is why I love doing the live conversation. So you've been on a caloric deficit for about 7 weeks. How many calories less are you taking in?
About
Okay, cool. So
400.
anywhere from 3 to 500 is feasible.
Okay.
You lost 6 to 7 pounds of body fat.
Hmm.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so 6 to 7 pounds of body fat. And so now here we are at week 7, right? Or week 8.
Hmm.
Okay. And so you said your weight fluctuates anywhere from 1 to 2 pounds?
Yeah.
Okay. So 1 to 2 pounds, your weight fluctuates. All right. So 6 to 7 pounds, let's just say 7 pounds just to be on a just a number side. Okay. 1 to 2 pounds will fluctuate. Okay. Do you work out?
Hmm.
How many days a week?
About 4 strength training days
Good. Okay. And when do you weigh yourself? Morning, noon, or night?
in the mornings.
First thing
Yeah.
before any type of water or meals or workouts?
Hmm.
Okay, cool. That's how you get the most accurate. Okay. Now, if I miss you guys' comments, sorry about that, but I just want you guys to listen in. Okay, so morning time, you weigh yourself while fasted. Okay. How many hours of sleep do you get?
I would say an average of 7.
Okay, good. So you're pretty much on the right track. So with everything going on here, 7 weeks, you're in about a 400 calorie deficit. You lost 6 to 7 pounds of body fat, which is absolutely phenomenal. Okay. So the past week or so, you said you've noticed 1 to 2 pounds difference.
I would say like the past 2 weeks.
Past 2 weeks. Okay, 1 to 2 pounds difference. You're working
Maybe
out for
more.
the. Say it again.
I said maybe even more. I
That's fine.
track my weight like every day, and I feel like I'm stuck at like 140 for the past like since the beginning of this month. I would say
Okay.
go up and down.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And your age?
31.
31. Okay, cool. So we're not going to count, Tom, right? TOM, time of the month. We're not going to count that. Okay.
Okay.
But everything is going great. So when you weigh yourself, do you only see the number on the scale? Meaning, you said you lost 6 to 7 pounds of body fat. So, which is great. But are you only focusing on those 3 digits, or are you looking at everything else? Body fat, BMR, BMI, etc. BMI is outdated.
So right now, every 2 weeks, I get the InBody scan
Cool.
at
Okay.
my gym.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's shown. Well, this past week it showed that I gained a tiny bit, not even a pound of fat though, and my
Okay.
muscles basically still the same. I was in my during my period. I don't know. I know we're not counting that, but
Yeah.
yeah, it, my muscle and fat hasn't really changed
In the last 7 weeks,
in the last
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But your muscle mass did go up.
Like overall, yeah, it went up by I think like 0.55.
Okay. Now,
Losing fat. Yeah.
okay. Now, how do you feel within these past 7, 8 weeks?
I would say probably the past week or so, I've been feeling more hungry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But do you have more energy? Do you feel better?
Yeah, I feel. Yeah, I would say I feel better.
Okay. Okay. So everything right now that you're doing is great. Okay. The coolest part about this is that you've lost 6 to 7 pounds of body fat. Now, if you saw a drastic number on the scale go down and it was like 10 to 15 pounds, a lot of that could be water and muscle, but you're maintaining muscle. So what's happening is that you're losing weight, but it's in body fat, which is great. And the other thing is that you're replacing it with muscle. Your muscle is needing time to build. So your weight will fluctuate here and there. But the other thing is that you're going to start to notice, like you said, it might be 0.5 pounds of muscle mass, but eventually that's going to start going up. The more that muscle mass starts to go up and you have a defined tone look, that's going to help cut the body fat down even more. And then what's going to happen is you'll start to see a drop on the number on the scale because more body fat's coming down, more muscle mass is going up. And so you're going to feel better. You're going to feel more energetic. But that's the transitional phase that your body is going to go through. So you will see a fluctuation. A lot of that can also be just water, and it'll hold on because your body's going through that change.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would
Just
encourage
keep
you,
building the muscle.
keep building the muscle. And as you're doing the 2 weeks in body scan, the two things that you want to look at are body fat and muscle mass. more than anything else. BMI is outdated. That's in the 1950s. But body fat and muscle mass, look at those things, because if you notice the number on the scale is going up, but the muscle mass is going up, you're in a great spot, because eventually that's going to come down. If you notice body fat is going up and the scale is going up, then we have an issue, unless it's time of the month.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Cool.
So I guess I just gotta go through this weird phase.
Yeah, we all go through it though. We all go through it. And traveling affects too. Because if you're traveling, like if you're on a plane and you're doing that, you're in a different destination, your body has to compromise time and schedule and routine. That can affect it as well. So keep that in mind for future. But in the meantime, the trajectory you're on right now is absolutely great.
Okay, cool.
All right.
I thought it was just like way too early for this to happen. I don't know.
Mm-mm.
I was like, it's only been a month. Okay.
You're good.
Okay.
You're in a good spot.
Worried.
Cool.
Thank you. That was great. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. I appreciate that. That was a good one right there. I love questions like that. And I love the story, the background story, right? Because now it's like, hey, I'm going to be open. I'm going to talk to you about this that I'm going through. And then it's like, okay, great. Let's break it down. And then from there, this is the same way I do with my clients, right? And it's like, okay, well, let's break this down. Now, when she goes back to the gym, she's like, okay, I know exactly what to look for. Okay. And I've already seen results. My body is already telling me the truth. So why not just keep on going? Right. And that's the difference, where people will say, hey, I want this quick fix, but it's just like, this works. And the fact that she's losing 6 to 7 pounds of body fat, man, like that right there, salute to you on that one. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. But yeah, catch me up again in about 2 to 3 weeks, Anastasia. I would love to hear more about the results. I don't know if you followed here, or you could send me a message on Instagram. My Instagram is also Coaching by Drake. It's all one word. Send me an update about 2 to 3 weeks from now, and I want to see where you're at. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. We got another caller coming in. Cool. Maria's in the building. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Cool.
I'm trying to set my, how do I put my picture in? Oh, there it goes.
Hey.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hey.
How's everybody doing?
All right. All right.
Starting the day with uni.
Starting the day with Unimate. Got Unimate. Yeah, that. What can I help you with?
Well, starting my day, I always like to have my black coffee. I know I can have black coffee, but no sugar, no milk.
Right.
But now, just trying to get the day started, already fasting.
Yep.
10:29. Still fasting. I remember when I used to have to take the Yeti latte right when I woke up because I needed to curb that appetite. I needed that energy.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been on the system almost 4 years.
Nice.
And September 22nd will be my birthday, and that'll be a full complete circle of 4 years on the system. And it's amazing how your body adapts to fasting.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that just becomes part of you as when you start the system, and there is no rush to get to the 12, 13, 14 hours. If you can, that's great.
Right.
It just gradually is going to happen.
Right.
That's what I loved about this program. It
Right.
just gradually happens.
Yep. Right. Right. Exactly. And it helps with energy and so many other things as well. What have you noticed? I would just say the top 3 things. What have you noticed with fasting? Are you including exercises as well?
Yes, I am, and I heard you talk about sometimes that we know the numbers, we know the do's and the don'ts, and we have our fallbacks, and we get back on the train.
Yep.
And it's happened, and so we're not perfect, but the key thing here, and it's very, very important to know that this can go wherever you go, whenever you need it.
Yep.
Life happens.
Right.
We have setbacks in life with our body and stuff, but we can climb back out of that hole. And when we don't have something to help us and aid us, it's really hard to get out of that funk.
Right.
Have I fallen in the funk? Yes. But is it easy to get out of it? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's really easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your body just, it knows what it's doing. It knows the numbers that it needs to take in and the calories it needs to burn and everything.
Yeah.
And on top of that, our app, our Feel Great app is amazing. We did the biometrics already on it.
Yep.
And numbers because guys are more like, if they see it, if they see the numbers, Lennox has to see the numbers in order to be able to make his body function for him.
Yeah.
He saw weight loss.
Good.
He really did.
Good.
I mean, that's just one of the things here, knowledge and the way Unicity provides it for us.
Yeah.
It breaks it down. Excuse me. It breaks it down for us. I got something in my throat. I know what.
It's okay if you get choked up while you're on this live. I get choked up too sometimes. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I'm telling you. It's just an amazing protocol. It really is.
Yeah.
I have PCOS, so
PCOS?
constantly, yes. So
Yeah.
now it's PMOS.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard that there is an update on the PCOS, so now it's called PMOS.
No, but I'll look into it. I'll look into that. But yeah. So okay, cool. Well, I'm glad that it's working for you, it's working for your husband, it's working for a lot of us, and I think it's a great tool to have because when I talk to people about the weight loss and the fat loss and just feeling better overall and making a lifestyle change, I break it down really simple. There's a time where you eat and there's a time where you fast. And within that time frame, you just focus on calories and numbers and let's just make it simple. And so I want to be able to bring simplicity back where a lot of people are making things too complex and then they don't start and then they're just like, I don't know what to do. And then they blame everyone else. So I want to be able to help as many people get out of that cycle as possible. And then this way, all of us, a lot of us can be on the same mission together. So I think on the next one, when I come back on here tomorrow, because I got to go, I got to do some PMOS research, and then I want to be able to talk about that as well. And I think it'll be good to have you on here. So at least if it's helped you with the PMOS, you can, be a spokesperson for that and help more women who may be going through that as well.
Of course, yes. And that's what I love about this system. It is so simple. You
Right.
don't have to make it hard.
Right.
One of the things that I love is that inflation has gone up so bad right now with food
Yeah.
that we don't keep a lot of food here
Yeah.
just because we're just so satisfied. And when we do break our fast, it
Mhm.
has to be exactly what we need.
Right.
That's it. No wasting food, no nothing. And really, the inflation has not impacted our grocery bill at all.
Yeah. Same. Same. Somebody just sent me a message said, "Hey, I lost 200 pounds."
Wow, that's amazing.
Awesome.
That's amazing.
Awesome stuff. Okay, cool.
Lost 80 pounds, so I'm good. I'm with y'all too.
Heck yeah. Phenomenal stuff. Cool. All right. Kristen, sorry, I gotta let me do this real fast. Thank you so much. I appreciate you as always, Marie, and we'll catch up. All right. Thank you. Let me just answer this one question real fast. Yeah, that is amazing, Dorian. I'm down 12 pounds, but it doesn't seem like it's enough for me because I can't break that number. Dorian, you can break the number. But real quick for Kristen, what if you struggle to eat your calories for the day and your fasting window is about to start? So if you're struggling to eat a certain amount of calories and proteins, fats, and carbs throughout the day, um, what's going to happen is if you're not working out, right? If you're not exercising, then that's going to make it a little bit harder. But I would incorporate more weight training, and then this way you do your muscles are like, hey, can you feed me so we can grow? Incorporate that more and more and more because yeah, it may be hard initially. And I'm not saying stuff your face until you pass out. But what I am saying is that just switch it up a little bit on the activity, increase it a little bit so your body is like, hey, like we need to be fed. Perfect example on legs day, I'm craving the world, right? When it's chest day or back day, not so much. But legs are the biggest muscle group in the body. So I'm more inclined to eat because I'm burning more calories because those are where the biggest muscles live. Okay. So I would just encourage to increase the workout a little bit more. um, Last one of the day. Thank you for that. Who sent me that question? Sorry about Kristen. Thank you for that. I've noticed a big difference in my inches and my body looks much better. I'm down 12 pounds, but it doesn't seem to feel like it's enough for me because I can't break the number. Okay. But then again, Dorian, what you just said after that is I noticed a big difference in my inches and my body is much better. So what matters more to you? Okay. So when Dorian steps out of the car and you go into the mall, or if you're seeing people you haven't seen in a while, Will they come up to you and say, wow, you look like you haven't broke 12 pounds? Or do you want to hear somebody say, dang, you looking good? Last time I saw you, man, what a big difference. Okay. That if your body is telling you the truth, feeling better, inches are coming down. You like that. All of that, don't even worry about what those 3 digits on the number on the scale say, because what happens to a lot of us, myself included in the past, I got so addicted to the number on the scale that I ended up looking weird. And none of us want to look weird. Okay. So pay more attention to how your body is feeling. The numbers on, like you said, the inches are coming down, what people are saying about you, what your photos are telling you, and the energy overall. Put the number on the scale last, because if you're putting on muscle, but the number's going up, but you look good, come on. All right. She said that part. Kristen said, thank you. I'm a CrossFit and I clean houses and I just undereat. I just undereat or overeat. Yeah, you're doing a lot. But if you have your certain amount of calories, proteins, fats, and carbs, do what you can and try to stick to it. Will you hit it every day? Most likely not. But the most important part is that you're consistent. So if you're supposed to take in 1,500 calories or 2,000 calories, you're taking in 1,600 or 1,500 or 1,700. And if that's all you could do for now, fine. Okay. But of course, that's going to change over the course of time. And like Lil CS said, you just got to stay patient. You never get complacent. You evolve or dissolve. Okay. Those are choices that you face with. I had to finish that bar. But just be patient, but don't stay complacent. Okay. Just take that part and just be like, okay, in due time, it'll come. It'll come. Okay. All right. So let's see. Real quick. I guess I look at the weight according to my height and think it needs to be much lower. Nah. Let what everybody else tells you. Let that mean more, and how you look and feel mean more. Because perfect example, I always ask, and I'm not putting men against women or anything of that nature, but I was talking to my cousins when we were driving from Dallas to Waco, and I said, based on when you saw me, how much do I weigh? They were like, I don't know, 200, 205, 210. I was like, what did you say when you first saw me? Damn, dog, you look fit. I was like, what matters more? Man, I want to look fit. I said, by the way, I'm 237. They're like, for real? I was like, yeah, you would have never guessed, huh? Nah, doesn't matter. For the ladies, doesn't matter unless you're competing. If you're in a competition and you got to weigh in, doesn't matter how you look and feel and what people are saying, because of course we all judge, and of course we want to be judged the right way. That's what matters most. When you travel from city to city and state to state, and people see you and they walking by and they look at you like that, that's what matters. Okay. When you walk in public and your head is up high, you feel more confident because of the way you look and feel. That's what matters. Not some scale you bought on Amazon and you just live by that nature. Nah, forget all that. You got 5 other wins over here that you could be stacking. And this one over here is holding you back and making you feel discouraged. Ignore all that. Focus on the 5. You'll knock it out. All right. But I got to go. Cool. Even better. She said, my husband notices it and he loves it. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. All right, I got to go, you guys. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for jumping in on the live. Anastasia, Dorianne, Marie, all of y'all. Desiree, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. I'll be back on here again tomorrow. All right, so let's get it. Yeah, that. Do. Thank you guys over here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. Appreciate you guys. All right, let's get it.